Welcome to Sky Motoring Weekly, car fans, and fresh out of the Geneva Motor Show, we start today with a top 5 countdown of the world's ugliest cars.
Thanks, Pete. At 5, it's the car that's been beaten with an ugly stick one too many times. It's the Riva G-Wiz.
Number 4 is the car you'd rather stab yourself in the face than drive. It's the SsangYong Rodius.
And the car that coined the phrase fugly has been knocked off its top spot. The Fiat Multipla is in at 3.
If being ginger wasn't bad enough, this car gets a bad case of elephantitis to boot. Sick bags at the ready, the Buick Signia is at 2.
That can mean only one thing, pop pickers. We've got a fresh new entry at number 1. From the Geneva Motor Show, the car that was designed in the dark, it's the new Lagonda Concept. Take it away.
Last week in Geneva we got so carried away with the XXX scenes on the Lamborghini stand that we almost forgot to discuss the new Ferrari XX. For a mere £1.5 million you get a race-ready, ultra-lightweight, 700 horsepower version of the 599. Ferrari will even throw in a bunch of track days, where they'll analyse your data to discover just how rubbish you really are. So if you fancy being a £1.5 million guinea pig, get your wallet out and move fast. Just 30 will be built.
The Dacia Duster concept was the biggest surprise at this year's Geneva Motor Show. Renault's Romanian budget car brand shocked everyone with this amazingly cool coupe SUV crossover. It looks fantastic with these swept-backed headlights and beacon-like indicators, and it's practical too. Look, you can fit all your lifestyle gubbins in the back. So will they make it? Well, don't count against a slightly toned-down Nissan Qashqai-based version appearing in the next year. I just hope they can think of a better name by then. Duster, it's not exactly cool, is it?
If you currently drive a Porsche Cayman S, you may want to listen up here. The Lotus Evora, the first all-new Lotus in 14 years, hits showrooms in summer and it's going to cost £47,500. That's bang on budget with the Cayman S, and thanks to a mid-engine 3.5 litre V6, you're going to get similar performance figures too. You don't even have to worry about justifying a 2-seater sports car to the missus either, because Lotus is going to be selling a 2+2 version for just shy of 50 grand.
Land Rover has received a £27 million grant from the government to help it develop the LRX concept. The dosh will go towards producing a hybrid system for the baby off-roader and should help secure up to 2,000 jobs in Land Rover's Halewood plant.
This week I drove the new Suzuki Alto, which is aimed at the cheap and cheerful city car market. The problem is that while it's actually a decent little car, it's neither cheap nor cheerful enough for us to recommend it over a Citroen C1 or a Fiat 500.
With news that the Mercedes CLK is going up a dress size in the summer with the E-Class Coupe, Audi has followed suit with the A5 Cabriolet, which, you guessed it, replaces the A4 Cabriolet. As you'd expect from Audi, the new A5 Cab is never going to blow your wig off, but it's well built, and with that fabric hood, carries a modest elegance. It's quite old school in that respect, which is probably why we like it.
It was a great week for the artist formerly known as Honda Racing F1. Team principal Ross Brawn led a management buyout, and the new Brawn Mercedes has been topping the times in testing. Even Jensen's smiling again, despite a 50% pay cut.
It was a bad week for Lamborghini Reventon owners. Last year, this was the ultimate rich boy's accessory. Some guy even had his delivered by helicopter. What a chopper. But now 7 out of the 20, that's 35%, are for sale on the same website. It looks like the credit crunch is even hitting the super rich. So they're all being sold off cheap, right? No, you're still going to need at least $1 million burning a hole in your chinos if you want to park one of these bad boys outside your back to a pad. Gutted.
Don't miss all our Geneva show coverage, the glamour, the glitz and the Dacia Duster.